What's up, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. As you know, it's a guy here, Kuyuni Dante, and
Megan.
yeah. So today we are back again. It's Father's Day today, and Father's Day is today, and we have prepared a nice topic about it. I hope everyone would like it, or guys, you enjoy it. So, what do you think about it? Or what's up?
Well, first, I just want to say happy Father's Day to you. It's your first one.
Thank
So
you.
congratulations for that. Yeah, because even though like our sunshine isn't born yet, you have done a lot of things to be a father to our child. So you're a father.
Yeah, true, true.
So big day. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I cannot imagine that I'm done now, but it's a reality. I'm already a dad. Even though Sunshine is not yet born, I'm still a dad.
Hmm.
So, and the rest of my life, I'll be a dad now. Moving on. So, it's another nice chapter in my life, and I'll say, yeah, that's thing that I'll always be remembering and always keeping it on mind.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy because once you are a father, you're a father the rest of your life. It isn't nothing will change that. So it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, yeah. When you're a father forever. Nothing can change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, pretty cool. So yeah, I thought today we could kind of talk about our like memories that we have of our fathers, like from our childhood maybe, and just kind of explore some of those because I think I never was able to meet your dad, but you have met my dad, so you kind of have an idea of what he's like. But I thought I'd share some stories from my childhood, and you can share some of yours. And then I'm interested to hear what you feel like you're going to be like when Sunshine is born and you're helping take care of him. What kind of things you think that will look like, and maybe how that might be different than how your dad was, and things like that, or the same, things like that. Sound good?
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Do you
What?
want to start? Do you have a memory of your dad you want to start with?
Yeah, my dad passed away like on 2016, some years back. It's like 7 years,
Mhm.
maybe 7 years ago. And now, yeah, the memory that I have is like when you are young, African culture and the African parents, they are somehow very strict, somehow, yeah, very strict. And you know, growing up in here in Africa, especially when you are growing up in the village, there's a lot of challenges and a lot of things like uh, for me, most of the time I was raised up by my grandma,
Mhm.
whom she took care of me when I was young, even before I knew my parents. She's the one that I knew. Thanks be to her, and she will always be in my heart, even though she passed away some months ago. So yeah, then later on, yeah, I remember my dad. After that, he was in Italy for some time back when I was young. Then after that,
Mhm.
he became a farmer, and I did not like doing farming. I did not like going to Shamba. Yeah, so it's like they were pushing me a lot. Go to Shamba, what? But I didn't like it going there.
Mhm.
Then the other thing that I remember so much is about he was a politician also. He used to vie for a seat here in Nanyuki, and
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of memory about politics live and how it was because I was still young.
Yeah.
Yeah, so later on he became a businessman, and I think yeah he became a businessman, and there was a lot he was doing. He was like a broker, uh, so he could buy like animals from one place and sell it to another place as long
Mhm.
he's getting profit. So I think I got what business ideas. I think I learned some business. I have the lot of business throw him. So yeah, so he was a broker, and he did that for many, many years. And most of the time, he used to go to fetch some animals with him when he used to, because he used to buy it's like goats or cows, and they leave it to the owner. Then the next in the morning, early, very early in the morning before the slaughterhouse is open, we could go and get the animals and take them to the slaughterhouse. That's how.
Hmm.
Then he was also doing farming at the same time, because I remember we used to go to the shamba and I used to get a lot of tomatoes, and he used to take them to the market. So
Hmm.
yeah, I remember there's a time we used to eat ugali and tomatoes, and I was like, I don't like tomatoes. Even now, I don't like tomatoes because we used to eat like ugali with tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes, and they just mix with eggs.
Yeah.
So wow, yeah. Then there are so nice stories. Yeah, so many, many nice stories when I was young for real. And then which was another funny thing that we did. Yeah, there was a time that he sent us to the shop. We were with me,
Uh-huh.
my big cousin, called Dan. So he sent us to the shop, and when we went to the shop, so he gave us 50 cents. So for us, we thought it
Mhm.
was 50 shillings. So we were thinking how we're gonna share these 50 shillings, each person to
Oh
get.
no.
Yeah, we didn't know it was 50 cents, but we thought it was 50 shillings. So we were thinking on how we share this amount, 25, 25 each person. And then we ran to the shop, and when we got there, we give it to the shopkeeper, and we told him, okay, and then we need a change of this. Then he was like, what? It's 50 cents. We were like,
Oh.
yeah, it's 50 cents. So we were like, what? Then, then because we went there to buy a bread. Then my big Dan, he was like, he was bigger than me, and somehow he was funny because he told me, okay, because we did not get 50, 25 shillings, and they have been sent the bread, what we do, we, it was a loaf of bread, which is like, let me use this cup. It was like this. So it didn't have sliced.
Hmm.
So we did cut here, like we removed this top slice. Then we made a hole here. We ate the bread from here, from top to bottom. Then we did put back the the
Top slice.
top. Yeah, yeah. And nobody knew how it was. Then it was funny for real. It was so funny. And yeah, we were beaten a little bit, but yeah. Then there was a time then, those days when I was young, also like my cousins, they got trousers, new trousers for Christmas. Then for me, I didn't have any trousers. So those trousers, they were called Tokyo. Those people from those age, they should know those trousers. They were called Tokyo. They were new fashion, and they were on trend. So for me, I did not get the trouser. So what I did, I took like 500 so that I can buy myself a trouser. But then, so they were looking, we lost 500, we lost 500, we lost 500. But I knew where it was, because I wanted a trouser like the other cousins, the other kids. So then later
Mhm.
on, I was like, what do you call it? They told me, okay, if you are the one who took the 500, just tell us where it is, and we will buy for you this one, this thing, and this thing, and this one. So I was naive, I was young, I didn't know. It was just, they just made some stories so that I can produce this 500. And that's what I did. Then I was beaten for real.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly beaten for real. So those are some memories that I do remember when I was young. Yeah. So like for the sunshine, it's like, each and every person or every parents, what we do say is like, we want to give our kids better life than the one that we had. So
Mhm.
for sunshine, I want to always be there for him when he's growing up, not like me the way I was growing up with my grandma. So I want to be there for him.
Hmm.
Uh, I want to take care of him. I want to give him a better life than the one that I received. And always showing him love and always being there for him to support him and so that even when he goes out, when he's growing up, there is no secrets or there is nothing that there is a barrier between me and him, and that he feels comfortable talking to me about anything and everything that he wants or he's thinking about. So I'm always like, I'll be there for him like a dad and also like a friend. We can share anything. We can share everything that we have on our mind together. So that's a kind of the father that I want to be, sunshine.
Yeah, I like that. Sunshine and whoever else comes, God willing, after Sunshine,
Uh,
right?
what? Come again?
I said you want it, that's how you the father you want to be for Sunshine and whoever happens to come after Sunshine if we have other children.
Yeah, yeah. I want to be a good friend to them and to be free with them. I don't want them to feel like I'm strictly there, that they cannot share anything with me. They cannot speak up their mind. They cannot stand up for themselves. I want them to have freedom to be free, feel free.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's great. I'm happy to hear that. I also want that for our children.
yeah. Yeah. So tell us about yourself. How and the experience that you had when you are growing up with your dad.
Yeah, so growing up, my dad, he was the one that worked out of the home. My mom stayed and took care of us four kids. So he was pretty busy. But he was there. What I remember a lot is I was the last born of four. So I remember him being there and coming to my like basketball games, even though I was terrible at basketball,
Yeah.
or like my football, soccer games. Him coming to those and supporting me in those and encouraging me to be more tough because I would like if I fouled someone, say in football, I would like apologize. Like if I did it on accident, I would apologize. And my dad would encourage me and be like, no, if you knock someone down, I'll give you some money for that. Because he knew I was not tough in any way. And so he's trying to toughen me up a bit, but I don't think that worked very much. Um, I also remember a lot with my dad is going on hikes. We would go on a lot of adventures. So what happened is like we used to go as a whole family, and then each of my siblings got like too old, they got too busy with school or jobs or whatever. So then it would be just my dad and I hiking. And so we spent a lot of time hiking, especially there's this like 4.5 mile trail we used to hike a lot of times at one of the parks near our house. And so we would go there and we would look at the turtles and the frogs and if there's any snakes, I know how you feel about snakes, but if we saw any snakes, we would kind of like check those out. So that's a lot of my memories is doing that kind of stuff. Or we have this hardware store here in the US called Menards, and it's huge. Like imagine a mall, but it's all hardware things like sinks and lights and toilets and showers and all these things you can buy. And so we used to go there a lot and I enjoyed going there. And even now when I walk into a Menards, the smell of it makes me feel very like nostalgic, like a child again, smelling the sawdust and things like that. So as I got older, my dad helped me a lot with my car, like helping me fix my car. So he's helped me with like replace spark plugs and um, my oil filters and other things like that to try to teach me about my car. So those are the things I really appreciate about my dad, helping me with those kind of things. So now, oh, I guess one more big thing also is that growing up, more where my parents live, we have a lake in the backyard. So we would go swimming a lot. And so I have a lot of memories of my dad. He had this like big flotation device and so he could like lay in the water in the lake. So I remember like just him lounging in the lake and he could do this squirt thing with his hand. I don't know how he does it. He'd squirt water right into your face. I don't know how. Very talented with that aim, squirting the water like that. So that and then also like we'd go ice skating. So when the lake would freeze, we would ice skate on the lake. And one of the things he would do is like he would shovel off the snow off the ice, and then we would sit on a sled and he would skate really fast, and then he would like slingshot the sled. Would go kind of flying across the ice. So yeah, those are some of my favorite memories of my dad. And now, Dan, you've met my dad when he came for our wedding in October. So what was kind of your impression?
What kind of?
Like what did you think when you met him, and or what did you think before you met him? I know you had some thoughts. You were kind of scared.
Yeah, before I met him, I was like, not ordering him even your mom. I was like, I was nervous meeting them. Then I was like,
Hmm.
what will I say to them? What will we talk about? How will we start the conversation? So I used to have those kind of questions on my mind because I didn't know how to approach them. How will I start the conversation? Uh, what kind of words should I use so that maybe they will not get annoyed? And yeah, I had many questions on my hand. But when I met your dad
Hmm.
and like we had like some time together out, like time we went for lunch together. So we
Hmm.
open up to each other and I felt comfortable talking to him and opening up to him like he was also doing the same to me and we had like that attachment. It's like we attached
Hmm.
to each other and then we were comfortable with each other. There were no like what will I say? There was no like we were like friends. It's like we have known each other for many years. That's how I felt when we were after we left there. It's like now we can like have normal conversations like we are friends. So yeah, that's how I felt. But before I had so many questions, I didn't know how to approach them. I didn't know what to say to them. Like yeah. So that's what I can say. It's also like your brother. I was like, what will I say to him? What will I? Yeah. But later on, we were okay and we were all fine together. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's what I can say. So what do you, what kind of dad do you expect me or what do you think I'll be? Will I be a good dad to Sunshine and maybe others after, or what do you think?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna be a great dad. And I know that because even though like even before we took the pregnancy test to confirm that we were pregnant, you're over here like treating me like a queen. I mean, you always treat me well, but I would say like, oh, I'm feeling hungry for this thing, like an apple or a cucumber. And you'd go out to the market and find it. And this was before you even knew that I was pregnant. Like I could have just been bossing you around and you're like, yeah, I'll go. And you like went and got it. And so you were like taking care of me and our child before you even knew for sure. But you were so confident. I just remember you like, you're like, of course you're pregnant. Of course. I was the one that was like, I don't know. I don't really know. In those early weeks. And even after the pregnancy test, I wasn't really sure. But you've shown so much care and concern. And I think something that speaks, that's a really big deal to me, is that you didn't necessarily grow up hearing your dad, mom, grandma, anyone like that say, I love you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that's not something that's really part of the culture from that generation. And yet you tell Sunshine you love him every day. So that means a lot. Knowing how it's not necessarily common or it's not what you received, but you know that's an important thing. So I think you're going to be a great dad, and I think you're going to be fun. I think you might spoil our child too much,
yeah.
just a little bit,
Yeah, I'm waiting
because I think
so much.
yeah, I think I'm going to be the one that's a bit more strict,
Yeah, I think
and you're going to be the bit
I think we should agree on that.
yeah, because knowing what I know about you, you really want to show love by like being really friendly and kind. And I do that, but I also show love through like structure and routine. And so it's probably going to be like, Mom, Daddy, let me do this. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah. You know, in Africa, African parents, they are known to be very strict.
Yeah.
The many many of the guys, like the boys in African culture, they are not fan of their dads because they are very strict and we do call them like the or what do you call dictators? We call them
Mhm.
dictators, especially the old
Yeah.
ones, like from yeah, if we are born like 90s and 80s, we do call our dads dictators. They are dictators because they want people to do, or they want their kid to do what they say. And if you
Right.
want to go out, you have to ask for permission and you have to finish your job first before you go. Then, yeah, there's a lot. But nowadays, I think they are changing.
Hmm.
Nowadays, people are so they are becoming soft to their parents. But also, it's not like the girls they are very close to their dads, and the boys they are very close to their mothers. That's how it is known here. So if like I have a sister and I want to ask my dad something, I'll tell my sister, can you talk to my to dad and him this and this and this, and
Hmm.
you get it. And if she wants something from mom, she'll come to me and tell me, can you talk to mom about this and this and this, and she'll get it. So that's how it's known here in Africa and Kenya. I don't know about other people what they can say about it, but according to me, that's what I think, and that's how the experience that
Mm.
yeah I got from even my friends that I'm close to them. Yeah. So guys, let us know you what you did on the Father's Day. How was your childhood? What was childhood? Yeah, childhood time with your dad. Yeah, let's get to know. Let's get to know if your dad was very strict or they were dictators like ours when we were growing up, like mine and my friends how they were growing up. Like maybe I think for you you're okay, or for you I think you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. It's a different culture
Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, I would be interested to hear what other people's experiences have been as well,
yeah,
whether in the US or in Kenya, like their experiences with their dads and kind of their personalities. Because each person, even though there's culture, there's a personality for each person as well. So
yeah, true.
that kind of varies things.
Okay.
So I would be interested. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, guys. Bye for this time. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and comment there down there. Remember, subscribing is free. So, and liking is free. So, feel free to hit that button and also the notification button that whenever we upload a video, you'll be the first one to watch it. So, for now, bye, guys. You have something to say?
Bye.
Bye, guys.